Good morning, Washington, Baltimore, and all the ships at sea. Welcome to Dave TV for the 27th of November, 2013, the day before Thanksgiving. And there's what we got. I was putting that on the old TV one of these days. Happy holidays with Bing and Frank. You can't have a happy holiday unless you have Bing and Frank there. Little do you know that Brian Wilson over there at WMAL has invited me to fly with him down to Texas for his family gathering, and I'm taking him up on it. So I will be spending Thanksgiving with Brian Wilson in Texas and his family, and that's so nice of him, and I deeply, deeply appreciate that. Brian Wilson and I. Here's the deal. I got to admit it. In addition to me penning all the emails on the mailbag, that's all me. Every one of those mailbag, all those crazy people that post on the DCRTV mailbag, that's all me. I admit it. And the other thing is, I'm a paid consultant for WMAL. They pay me to sit here and rant and rage about them in order to get their ratings up, and of course it works. The latest 6+ numbers have WMAL at like 6th place or 7th place, with some of their highest numbers ever. I'm looking at Tom Taylor's analysis of yesterday's release of the November ratings, and Tom says, let's see, well, TOP was way at the top as usual. But MAL, it says WMAL holds nicely. They went from a 3.441 to a 4.0, so they're doing well. He also points out that WTEM, Dan Snyder's little station there, is because it's got the Redskins, is doing pretty well, but it was an off book for WJFK. But anyhow, let's ignore that, because that's the 6+ numbers. The beauty contest numbers, they're not the relevant numbers. In fact, none of these are the relevant numbers, because the only thing that's relevant are ad revenue, but we won't know that till like March or something. But anyhow, in terms of the money demo, ka-ching, ka-ching, the money demo is all that's important. And let's look at how the stations did in the money demo for the November numbers. WTOP was first, easily. Now, here's the thing. These November numbers are basically for kind of mid to late October, maybe a little week in the beginning of November. So basically, it was that term, the time of the government shutdown, okay? And WTOP did very well with all that. First place in full days, first place in morning drive, first place in afternoon drive, second place in middays. I got to zoom in on this because these numbers are fuzzy on my computer. 6th place in evenings, and 5th place on the weekends. Hot 99.5 was second. Again, holding steady there with 4th place in mornings with Kane. HUR was third, 4th place in morning, a tie there with Steve Harvey. Not Steve Harvey. Yes, Steve Harvey, right. WAMU was 4th place, full day, 2nd place in mornings, 3rd place in afternoons. Still pretty good for them. This is the money demo. Wash was 5th. Lou in the mornings was 6th place. KYS was 6th, with Russ Parr 7th place. Big was 7th. Again, no big changes there, but the one thing we are seeing is TOP, which was kind of wobbly there. They weren't always number one. They were sometimes number 2 or number 3 in the money demo. Now they were solidly at number 1. So they're solidly number 1 across the board for October. And I think a lot of that had to do with a lot of that people were tuning in to listen to, what's the latest on the government shutdown? And probably some electoral stuff, the Virginia governor's race in there. But that definitely helped WTOP. DC 101 tied with Big for 8th place rather. No, wait a minute. I'm not seeing the bottom of this here. See, if I zoom out on that, then I missed the bottom. Okay, Big was 7th place, right? Then if we go down to DC 101. Okay, DC 101 and MMJ were tied for 8th place in the money demo. Elliott up to 3rd place, so he's doing really well there. MZQ at 10th place, Boxer in 11th in mornings, WPRS Gospel 11th place. They're doing very strongly. PGC 12th place. That's pretty good for them. Again, the top CBS station in the market. CBS has, count them, 5 FMers. And their top station is 12th place PGC. So again, congratulations to Steve Swenson. No stations in the top 10 for you guys over there at CBS. Way to go. Keep it going. But Pablo in mornings are PGC 17th place. Got to do better than that. GTS, 13th place in the Money Demo, Christian Contemporary there. Fresh 94.7, 14th place. Tommy McFly is what? Again, this is fuzzy here. It's hard to tell a 16 and an 18. WIAD, 16th place for Tommy McFly. Again, Tommy, you got to do better than that. Wow. Okay, if I open this window a little more. Oh, there we go. Now I can see everything. Da-da! So again, CBS, their top 2 stations are 12th place PGC and 14th place Fresh 94.7. Again, congratulations, Steve Swenson. Way to go. TEM also at 14th place. Again, the Redskins. 19th place in the mornings. Again, they need to do something with that morning show. Piping and Mike ain't quite doing it. Well, although they surge up to 6th place in middays, and it's all because of Tom Lavarro. He is a sex symbol. He is Mr. Sex on the radio. He is the sexiest man on Washington radio, and that's why WTEM ESPN 980 is 6th place in middays. I'm positive of that. El Zal, 16th place, 18th place in mornings for Biaggi. Again, I think El Zal would be a top 10 player. It might even be CBS's top-rated station if it had an inside the Beltway signal. That's what I think. Being way out there on 107.9 in Annapolis doesn't help them. WMAL, now this is the truth. Here's the truth. Yes, they were 7th place in that overall demo thing, the 6+ numbers, but in the real numbers that count, WMAL was 17th place in the money demo. Why? Because they skew old. When you look at the 25-54 money demo, it doesn't count anyone over 54. And a lot of people listening to WMAL are older than 54. In fact, a lot of them are a lot older than 54. So that's why WMAL, they do well in that overall number because they got a lot of old folks listening to them. But when you cut off the old folks, when you don't count anyone over 54, they drop like a rock down to 17th place. But still, even with the money demo, mornings on the mall with Brian. Thank you for inviting me to your Thanksgiving event. A family event, Brian and Larry at 10th place, and I don't know how much of this is Chris Plant or Rush Limbaugh. It's probably more Rush Limbaugh. 10th place in middays, 14th place with Sean Hannity in afternoons. Now watch that drop like a rock when they put Michael Savage on at the first of the year. Guaranteed. JFK, an anemic 18th place, although the Junkies were 8th place, which isn't too bad for them. But again, look at it. The lucky number is 18 over there at JFK. 18th place full days, 18th place middays, 18th place afternoons, 18th place evenings, and 18th place weekends. Wow. And 8th place for the Junkies. So at least they weren't 18th. My recommendation to JFK, You gotta do something with that afternoon show. I think they ought to move Don Geronimo to afternoons. Maybe Pat, have for the 3 guys there. Have LeVar, have Chad, have Geronimo. I don't know. Is Don Geronimo ever going to leave Sacramento and come east? He's still doing his show from Sacramento. I don't know. That's the great mystery. WRQX, 19th place. Again, they're still suffering from letting Jack Diamond go back in the spring. 22nd place in mornings. That's still way underperforming. I still think RQX should have started stunting with Christmas tunes as of the 1st of November. They would have shot way up in the ratings, but the folks at Cumulus are just too smart for that. They're just too smart for that. Anyhow, RQX 19th place, 22nd place for post Jack Diamond, Burt Weiss, 20th place middays, 19th place in afternoons. The station is just completely underperforming. Cumulus is okay, I'm going to say it right now. Cumulus's DC radio cluster is my DCRTV Turkey of the Year. There you go. Not just Chris Plant this year. It's everybody. It's the whole shebang over there. Including you, Bill Hess. Mark O'Brien, congratulations. Anyhow, WDCN, that little Spanish station, 87.7, there's 20th place. Interesting to see what happens to them when that new Spanish station, the El Somos de Capital or whatever, their Metro radio is going to start up on 7:30 and 102.9 next month. That'll be interesting to see how that's affected. And it's only going to hurt El Zol's numbers even more. That's going to be interesting. Anyhow, WETA FM 21st place in the Money Demo. QS tied with QSR out of Baltimore. I'm telling you, if you know, where is WNEW? Oh, we'll get to them soon. I'm just getting hysterical here, aren't I? QSR there at 21st place. That's the format Washington needs, that Jack FM, that just, no jocks, just a bunch of 80s and 90s tunes, and, hey, count the money. ERQ 23rd place in the Washington market. That's out of Baltimore. Wink FM out of Winchester. Congratulations, Chris Roth. 24th place for them in the Washington market. 25th place for FRE. Country out of Frederick. BQB out of Fredericksburg. 26th place, tied with WMAL Stream. And now we have WNEW at 28th place. WNEW gotten beaten by stations in Baltimore, Winchester, Frederick, Fredericksburg, and an internet station. Congratulations to WNEW, 28th place in the Money Demo, 30th place in mornings, 25th place in afternoons, 29th place in evenings, and 27th on the weekends. Well, as I say, they need to do some advertising. They need to start selling their people. They got some good people on WNEW, like Chaz Henry and Lisa Baden and all those cool people. They got cool people working there. They need to start selling that station and marketing it. They need to start differentiating themselves from WTOP. WTOP, they ought to play up WTOP as Happy Talk. And they ought to start saying, we're the serious station here. They ought to start emphasizing their CBS all-news radio heritage. They're not doing any of that. None of it. Congratulations, Steve Swenson. You're really going gangbusters there. Not a single station in the top 10 again. And your WNEW all-newser is floundering after almost 2 years on the air because you won't take my advice. A new website, a better website. Better signals, advertising, sell your staff. Sell them, yes. Sell your station, man. All these stations, I love these radio stations. They're in the business of selling ads to sponsors, but yet they can't sell themselves. It's amazing. It's like having the doctor operate on himself, right? WAVA 29th place. Congratulations to Salem. Another thing I thought, they ought to flip their stations. They ought to put that political talker on 1260 on 105.1 and take that no one listens to religious talk and put it on 1260. That would give WMAL heartburn having a better signaled right-leaning news talker there on 105.1 right next to 105.9. Do it, Salem. That's the smart thing. Damn it. Sorry. Calm down, Dave. WRBS, 29th place. KDV, that little Spanish station down there in Manassas at Metro Radio, owns 29th place. And WLAF, 29th place. WROI, 29th place. And WFLS, 34th place in the Money Demo, tied with the anemic little PFW there. And Frederick's WAFY. WSPZ, Spaz, that sports station there, 37th place, tied with that little Mexican station that Hubbard owns, 37th place at 1050. So there we go. The Eagle, 39th place, tied with the Bay. The Eagle and the Bay are tied up there. And WILC, 900, little Spanish station out of Laurel, is 39th place in the Washington market. So there we go. No big, huge surprises, but TOP back on top. Now, with if we get some bad weather, that's all going to help. See if WNEW can do anything. I did see NEW actually pop up a little bit in the Baltimore numbers. If you look at the Baltimore numbers here, I think they were. Where was NEW? NEW was 21st place in the Baltimore numbers, which is the highest I've seen them in a while. But TOP still beats them in Baltimore. So there. Anyhow, thanks for watching Dave TV for the 27th of November. Book 'em, Dano.